Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing the user experience of Argent Smart Contract wallet. So this is an Ethereum-based wallet, so it can hold Ether and any ERC token. And it's different than most other Ethereum wallets in that it is a smart contract wallet. So it is deploying a smart contract to the Ethereum blockchain, which holds the user's funds and mediates different processes like security and account recovery. And it's different than more normal wallets like MetaMask. So I'm going to be taking you through the different user flows and different aspects of this app, and I'm going to tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it from a UX perspective, and then also at the end give some suggestions for improvement. Now, a smart contract wallet has the added benefits of better security and better account recovery. However, there are downsides in that it costs more. There are higher network fees because the software backend is slightly more complex than just using an externally owned account, which is the architecture for something like MetaMask. Let's now look at what a user sees for the first time when they install Argent. We have these beginning screens here. This is the sign-up process, and the user can go through a series of cards, right? Just informational stuff. And on the first card, it's about the safest Ethereum wallet. So Argent is leading with what they believe is their biggest unique selling point, which is better security. And this is all an artifact of the this interesting software backend, which is a smart contract. And one thing it allows you to do from a UX perspective is set something called guardians. And I'm going to get more into this later on. So exchange at the best price, we can see that they're going to probably have a decentralized exchange in here, and it includes 10 exchanges, including Uniswap. So that's good. It's like a DEX aggregator. We've seen that before in other crypto wallets. Earn and invest. Cool. There are going to be some earning opportunities. Yep, we'll get to that also. Then you come to a screen, create new or already have a wallet, which would be the recovery. The bottom option would be recovery, but we're going to create new since I don't have it yet. And we get hit with this screen right here. Before we get started, there's a one-time Ethereum fee to create your wallet, as it is a smart contract. So it's going to be a $30 fee. And this is a network fee. So Argent is saying that they don't profit from this. This is something that it's just the cost of doing business when you deploy an Ethereum smart contract. Now, this theme is going to continue to reoccur in this video. Smart contract wallets have added benefits, as I've already stated, in terms of security, but there are some downsides to it, and it is additional cost. So the network fees to do transactions are higher, but then also just to get started with this wallet, you have to pay an initial $30 fee, which is kind of it's a major downside for me. Other wallets, non-custodial ones like MetaMask, Trust, Exodus, Coinbase wallet, all of these allow you to onboard seamlessly and get started receiving and sending crypto, earning on crypto without paying anything, okay? So this is, this initial cost is a downside. But we're going to continue on through this sign-up flow. This is going to take a username, which is it's different than other Web3 wallets that are at this point just having you back up the recovery phrase. So I put TechUXD as a username. I put my email in. It's asking for email verification. So already this is much more like Web 2. It's phone number, text verification, and now I'm setting up a PIN in order to access this app right here. It's very sophisticated, 122221, okay? Don't tell anyone about that. This is major security government encryption here. I do like that they have this passcode at the beginning. Two other wallets that I looked at don't have app security turned on by default. So that means that if somebody gets access to your phone, then they have access to send crypto out of your wallet, which to me is that's bonkers. That shouldn't happen. And in this initial sign-up flow, you set a PIN, and so it automatically turns on app security. And now we're good, and now we're actually into the Argent interface. So let's take a look at the account. As I already showed you before, there is a username that you put in, which I put TechUXD. And when we go to profile down here, I have this sort of like a domain name. It's like techuxd.argent.xyz. Now, personally, I know that Argent partnered with the Ethereum naming service, and this is an ENS domain right here. But I think that most first-time users are going to be confused about what this is and are going to be unsure on how to use it. Though they'll probably write it down and save it for their own records. And then underneath we have the infamous public address, which is what you'd give somebody to get funds to be sent to you. Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking through here, trying to understand what the account identity is like. So yeah, we got that ENS domain name, we got a public address, and we got an email associated with this. This is slightly different than other Web3 wallets. Most other Web3 wallets just have a public address, and that's it. So this username, it might be more familiar to Web2 users, and also the fact that we had email verification. One interesting thing here is that there is no logout button on this interface, which is kind of strange. If you back out of the app, then to get back in, you have to put in that PIN that we already set. And if you delete the app, the good thing is that this wallet doesn't get deleted. The recovery phrase or the private key is stored locally on this device, and so even deleting the app isn't going to delete the wallet. The only way that you need to go through a recovery process is if you factory reset your iPhone, which is what I did in order to go through recovery. You get your phone lost or stolen, or you try to log into Argent using an unrecognized device. So here in this next clip, I'm going to show you what that actual recovery process looks like for Argent. I download the Argent app onto my iPad and then try to log in with my username and password. Okay, here I am on my iPad. I just installed the Argent app, and I have never set up a wallet on this device. I'm going to try to recover the Argent account that I set up on my iPhone on this iPad. So I click I already have a wallet. I type in my ENS domain, which is techuxd.argent.xyz, and I put in my email. Now, what happens is that the Guardian gets sent an email gets notified that somebody is trying to initiate a recovery on this Argent wallet. Right now, the only Guardian is the default Argent Guardian, which is linked to my email address. So what happens is I get email verification that there was a recovery attempt. To approve the recovery, press the button below. If you didn't request this, you may ignore this message, and basically the recovery won't be initiated. So basically I'm approving of beginning this recovery process, and now I see on my iPad that there is a 2-day wait period, a 2-day countdown that happens. So this iPad can't get access to my Argent account until after 2 days, and that means that as a Guardian, or for me as a user, I can go in and cancel this recovery process. So if like a hacker is trying to recover Argent on a different device, then I can cancel it before they get access. This is like a 2-day security period. I want to talk about another scenario where, what if I had set another kind of Guardian before this recovery happened? So as I said before, this was default Argent default Argent Guardian, which is email verification to me. But you can set Guardians. If I go into settings, security, Guardians, you can set your friend or family member to be a Guardian, and they can approve of various things that happen from your account. So as we see right now, if somebody is trying to recover my Argent wallet on another device, then the Guardian accepts or rejects this. Also, Guardians can accept or reject the movement of crypto funds. If I'm trying to send Ether to another public address, then these Guardians are notified, and sort of like this user-friendly multi-signature, they have to confirm that transaction in order for it to actually be broadcast to the blockchain. If they reject it, then people cannot move my funds. So these Guardians are multi-signature fail-safes. They're different layers of security that a user can add in to his or her liking. So the default Argent Guardian is an automated Guardian, and I get email verification. That's fine, but like it's saying here, you can add your friends and family. Now, having said all that, so cool. So we know that Guardians are this extra security layer for Argent. However, when you do set a new Guardian, you're going to be hit with a network fee because you're updating some smart contract wallet in the background. This is just one example of how these added security benefits are going to cost you more in the long run. But I mean, if you're holding a lot of money on here, then it's probably going to make sense for you to take advantage of these securities. If I want to receive any funds to this address, and I click Add Funds, and then I want to click on Send from Wallet or Exchange, and so it's going to give me my public address, a QR code that encodes that public address, and this is how I would get. This is how I would receive funds. You can click share, and then you can go through this flow of like messaging your public address to a friend. Okay, and this is a really standard process. The one thing that I think about this screen is set gas limit to 23,300 when sending ETH. I think that this is like too detailed for the user to need at this point. Like, I don't know why you would show them that. New users are going to get confused. Like, what the hell does a gas limit of 23,000 mean? And if you think about it, like, you're showing the recipient this, but really the sender needs this information. So you're going to have to manually pass on that to your friend. I don't think so. I think that I would just let the sender worry about setting the gas limit and the gas price for their transaction. So the receive flow was pretty standard, but this send flow is unique and interesting in many ways. First, we go to the asset Ether, we click on send, we paste in which address we want to send it to, and we put in an amount of ETH. Now, so far so good, this is all standard. Now, where it starts to diverge from other send processes is on this confirmation screen right here. We can go to something called open session, and it says once the session is active, you will be able to make any transaction from this device for any duration of time without needing your Guardian's approval. So remember, going back to what I said before, in order to send funds out of your Argent wallet, all of your Guardians are going to need to accept that transaction, which is a cool security feature of this smart contract wallet. However, if you want to batch transactions, then you can set a time duration and send out a ton of transactions during that time, in which case you won't need Guardians to approve of each one. But in order to start a session, you have to get Guardian approval, and of course this all costs gas to do. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that open session thing right there. As you can see, again, a downside to these smart contract wallets is that the network fee is higher on them than on a normal non-custodial wallet like MetaMask. It has nothing to do with the fact that Ethereum gas fees are high anyways. They're relatively higher than other wallets, these smart contract wallets, because of the more complex architecture in the background. As an example, it's costing $11 for me right now to send, just to transfer ETH from one address to another, and on other accounts it takes $1 to $3. And I did this at the same time of day, so I did that A/B testing, and I know that these smart contract wallets do cost more. Now, having said that, I do like this explicit warning message down here. The network fee is over 5% of your transaction value. This is good due diligence on the part of Argent. On other crypto wallet UIs, on these confirmation screens, they sort of downplay the network fee. Like, Trust was infamously bad on this for me. Like, I went into the Decentralized exchange, I was going from like Ether into Cell, and I almost like confirmed that transaction, but it was going to cost $80, and I was only swapping like $20 worth of crypto. So it was just ridiculous, and their UI really downplayed it. Like, they didn't highlight it in orange like this and show an explicit message saying that the network fee is over 5% of your transaction value. It just said in plain gray letters that the network fee is $80. So I really like how Argent is looking out for the user in this case. So let's continue on here and go ahead and send this transaction. Just a quick note here, we can change the amount of network fee that we pay for slow, medium, and fast transaction confirmation. And then again, it's still looking out for the user. The Ethereum network fee is very high versus your transaction value. So they're looking out. This is a good user experience. This is exactly what users want to know is it worth me spending this money to transfer this amount of money? If I'm spending $10,000 or sending that, then an $11 fee is fine. But on this $56 transaction, $11 is over 20% of it, or just about 20%. So that's really high, and that's exactly what the user wants to see there. Now, the next thing that I really like about this flow, and again, everything that I'm pointing out here is unique to the Argent flow. Many other crypto wallets don't do this, but it sees that the address that I'm sending this crypto to has not been saved yet. I haven't sent it to anyone, and it doesn't exist in my address book. So it's asking me right now, do I want to save the contact? And so it can say, yes, this is Travis's Exodus wallet, and it just begins to accumulate a contact list and kind of create a moat around this Argent wallet. And later on, it's going to be quicker for me to go in here, and instead of having to copy and paste an address, to just go to a contact list. This is just like we have in phone book on our iPhones. So this is a good user-friendly way to quickly access people's public addresses, and then also potentially reduce user error. If you have these things saved, then you might not you don't have to run the risk of potentially sending the crypto to the wrong address by typing it in wrong or pasting something wrong in there. And then again, since I have the default Argent Guardian here, it's this automated Guardian that sends me an email verification. It's saying, hey, you initiated this transfer. Go ahead and verify that you want this transfer to go through. Cool. And now we can see here that it's in progress. We're waiting for the Ethereum nodes to confirm this and add it to a block. And then boom, completed. Okay. So that's the flow for sending money from Argent out to another address. Argent does a great job of building in earning opportunities where you can earn yield on the tokens in your Argent wallet. And many other crypto wallets have these inbuilt features, but I think Argent does a really good job of curating this list and then also onboarding users into these protocols. I think that this screen is really nice for first-time users. And as you can see, we can, let me just at a high level say that there's ETH2 staking right here. You've got lending protocols like Aave. You've got and Aave and Compound are lending protocols. Balancer and maybe Uniswap liquidity lower down here. And so yeah, you can be a liquidity provider. You can lend your money for interest. And and then there are also other ones like Grow and Yearn, which are like aggregators or something. But anyway, like the thing that I like about this is when you click on any of these, there's this initial user flow that gives you an introduction to what the protocol is. If I click on Compound, it's like this 5-card flow where I can just keep swiping on these informational cards. It gives a really high-level overview of what each protocol does. And this is very good for a first-time user who might be intimidated by this but want to earn interest on their account balance. This is a good user education flow. The only reason you can't see it here is because I already clicked through it and it only shows it once to the user, right? Because it's like a first-time intro card here. It would be kind of annoying if they did it every single time you clicked on these. But yeah, you can shop around in here for the best APY. It tells you about risk, and they link out to all of these protocols' websites for more information. Next, this app has an inbuilt decentralized exchange aggregator, which is awesome. So I click on exchange, I click on which asset I want to buy into, and so I'm going from ETH into sell in this case. I really like how they explicitly have down here that they search for the best rate. You can't see that they're using Paraswap Dex Aggregator, but I did some back-end research and found that out. So I like that they use the Dex Aggregator and they're telling me which one they decided on, that 100% of my crypto is being routed through that, and again, that they got me the best rate. On some other crypto wallets, they do not use Dex Aggregators, and so you're stuck with using something just like Uniswap or some proprietary API Dex provider, something like that. So yeah, I just like that you know that you're getting the best rate. And we get to this confirmation screen here, and all is good. The one downside is that I feel that Argent kind of snuck this 0.5% trade fee in. Not all other crypto wallets charge fees here on the DEX, and so I just would consider that to be like not for me. Like personally, I would want to I would want to use the DEX directly and not have to pay Argent a fee. Like that's just would be me shopping around, especially if I'm making a really large trade, then that 0.5% could add up. This is called Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is an open source protocol that allows you to connect your mobile wallet and inject it into a browser session. So right here, I'm on my desktop, I'm on Uniswap, I go to Connect Wallet. Instead of the normal MetaMask, which most people are probably gonna click, you can go to Wallet Connect. It pulls up this QR code here, specifically for Wallet Connect. I go into my Argent mobile app, I go to QR code, and then I scan that Wallet Connect QR code on my desktop monitor. I approve that Uniswap is trying to make a connection with this Argent app, and then I can go in and see that of these connected DApps, Uniswap is one of them. I can disconnect it, so I can disconnect access at any time. But just going one step back, right when I scan this QR code and confirmed it on my phone, automatically this QR code disappears and injects my Argent wallet in up here, which is a great user experience. It's pretty automated, and this whole thing takes like 20 seconds to do if you know what you're doing. So this is how you can start to use the funds that are held in your Argent wallet on any of the DApps in the ecosystem. That was my user experience review of Argent Smart Wallet. This Argent wallet is an Ethereum-based wallet, so it can hold Ether and ERC tokens on it. This is great. And it's like this user-friendly introduction to multi-sig. So they have this component or this concept of guardians. You can add friends or family members to it, and they can accept and reject transactions that are emanating from this Argent wallet. So let's say that somebody got access to your Argent phone, they guessed your password, they're into your wallet, and now they're trying to transfer funds from your Argent wallet into their personal wallet. Then your guardians are going to get notifications of this request to transfer, and you can tell them like, don't accept that, reject that transaction, it's going to be rejected, and then you can recover your Argent account on another device, and so take it away from the hacker essentially. So this is just an example of one added security benefit of these smart contract wallets. As I've said throughout this video though, the downside is that these smart contract wallets cost more money. There is, with Argent Wallet, an initial vault creation fee. So when I first open up my account, it's creating a vault and it's deploying a smart contract to the Ethereum blockchain. And in this case, it cost me $30. Other crypto wallets don't have this initial upfront cost. Adding guardians or opening sessions costs money. It's going to cost you Ethereum gas fees. And then there are higher network fees overall, just with doing simple transactions like moving Ether from one account to another. With the smart contract wallets, there is a more complex architecture in the background with smart contract calls that are happening, and it's going to cost more than using something like MetaMask. So in this case, it cost me $11 from Argent to another address, but from MetaMask to another address, it only cost me $3. So this is basically 3x the network fee, and I had a similar experience on Dharma as well. So in terms of inbuilt features, I think that Argent has a really good DeFi experience. They have a well-curated list of different DeFi protocols that they're directly inbuilt into the app, and you can use your Argent wallet funds and port them into those DeFi protocols. And then also there's educational screens. When you click on a DeFi protocol for the first time, say I'm interested in using Compound, then there's like 5 cards where I can swipe through them and get just a really initial high-level education of what this is, what are the risks, and what can I expect to gain from this protocol. This is really good for first-time users and somebody who is trying to learn about the DeFi ecosystem.